So as usual, we're going to talk about good old Jeff Bezos, who made almost 76 or 75 billion dollars. I don't know. This is billions of dollars during the
Billions of
pandemic.
dollars. Billions of dollars.
While almost 600,000 people died. He made almost $70 billion. So
like he got more. Yo, Messiah, tell me the man that you know that got more rich after getting a divorce.
I mean, I'm going to show you how he's getting.
If that's not obscene wealth,
I mean, he's convincing people to do weird stuff, and I really want to show this thing because I sent you the link, and it said this person does sports medicine, who came up with this box. So I sent it to Dr. Genius first to show him about sports medicine.
because you guys know what I do for a living, right? So, he had to make sure that this was accepted practice. So, so this is what's on the cutting edge of health and wellness, okay?
With Amazon, I wanted to provide a place that's quiet that people could go and focus on their mental and emotional well-being. The Zen booth
is an interactive kiosk where you can navigate through a library of mental health and mindful practices
to recharge that internal battery.
You gotta pay for water. You saw the vending machine? I gotta play this again.
I wanted to provide a place.
You see the vending machine?
To recharge that.
Yeah.
You work for a billionaire? Can you get free food? What is this shit?
Dude, like I try to find snarky things to say.
Yeah.
But just like in our bad cop segment from earlier, I just run out of shit to say because we have to talk about these things so often. Like, what left is there to say that hasn't already been said about Afghanistan? Bombed out and depleted.
Yo, get in the booth and scream at the top of your lungs. What the fuck is this shit?
Yo, folks, if we don't laugh, we would send these police brutality officers to Jeff Bezos' house. Like,
oh yeah.
All we can do is like this shit.
Recharge that
is so absurd.
With Amazon,
I like how it ends with like, get back to work. Like
and look how they co-opted an Eastern religion and then
quiet that people
integrated it into their company branding. That's nasty.
The Zen booth is an interactive kiosk.
What the fuck I need a Zen booth for? Let me use the bathroom and fucking pay me. How about that, nigga?
That gave me way more Zen. That's the So
I get mad peace of mind when none of my bills are late.
So I gotta share this, like the website that they show, like this weird kind of like self, like helping the community, like Amazon, and then I'm gonna switch to an Amazon story that hasn't been talked about but should be talked about a lot, just as much as like we talked about people being killed by police. People get killed by by these crazy corporations exploiting people, and so we're gonna talk about safety at Amazon. So I have this weird ass corny website. Being a part of the safety team is exactly what I should be, and I'm proud to find these people. Helping.
You know what you need for the safety team? The person that runs and hands out all the bulletproof vests, because the next mass shooting is gonna happen at a fucking Amazon plant because people losing their goddamn fucking minds because they're not getting paid and they can't use the fucking bathroom.
So and
they got to go to the vending machine to get a bottle to pee in.
So you have this. Look at this. It says helping fight COVID. You have injury prevention. You have holistic wellness. You have all this bullshit. All this bullshit they offer.
Do you know what's a part of holistic wellness?
Look, they have 20 athletic.
Being able to pay all and whole bills.
So they have athletic trainers on Amazon that train. I don't know.
My nigga, yo.
What are they doing, yo?
Yo, I would love to get one of these so-called trainers as a guest on our show.
What are you training somebody at Amazon to do? Like,
because their certification had to come out of a box of cereals. Dead ass, son. I mean, what the fuck you gonna tell them, nigga? Get back to work, like.
Shrug your shoulders, get back to work, nigga. I don't know what this.
Yeah, like yo, do 10 reps. Get back to work. 3 sets of 10.
Yo, so I gotta share this.
You need to hydrate, swallow your spit.
Oh shit.
We do a high intensity interval training.
So I want to share this really sad story. This is a person who was like,
I thought that was a sad story.
No, it gets sadder. Like you see Amazon offering a booth that you can sacrifice animals in, whatever you want to do in there. So Jeff Bezos. So this sister of a person, this woman, Poshan Brown, she has a 12-year-old and she passed away. Pretty much she was a driver. She was a delivery driver. So kind of funny what happened. She was a delivery driver, and pretty much she was moved to be part of the COVID testing unit. So they could not afford an autopsy to perform on Poshan. They couldn't afford an autopsy on her. And Amazon responded to her mother, her sister Christina, and her daughter, 2 months of counseling that already expired already. This already expired a month ago. So their sister,
damn, her sister's life was worth a lot, man.
So, and then what happened was the company was willing to cover the cost of the autopsy. Because she worked.
Damn, they really delivered that fuck your feelings 2 days free, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking gross.
Isn't that crazy? They got no response from the company for weeks and was eventually forced to bury Poshan without an autopsy. On January 28th, Amazon finally responded to Christina, only offering her and Poshan's 12-year-old daughter 2 months of counseling that already expired already. So I understand, like, a lot of people with COVID testers weren't medical trained, but what happened was she signed up to work as Amazon to be a sorter, not a COVID tester. She didn't even have the proper PPE. So pretty much they moved her as a COVID tester for the first time. She never done that before, but refused to offer her the proper protection to do that. So that's why the family finds it very suspicious that she just dies like this. And Amazon just pretty much throws her body out. Literally just throws her body out and offers 2 months of counseling.
And the counseling is come work for us for, garbage wages where you can't pee. That's your counseling.
So what happened was Christina. So this is a story. Like, they both needed work like everyone else. Christina got her little sister a job, and then they worked part-time job as delivery drivers. But then we talked about the story about delivery drivers. They're pushing delivery drivers to like drive fast and have cameras watching them, like peeing in bottles.
Yeah, they're throwing the packages and then run. Yo, you get a package these days, and as soon as you get to the door, you look around. There's nobody around. That motherfucker is gone.
So pretty much an accident prompted them to go back to work in the warehouse and to sort thousands of packages a day. Christina left, but Poshan stayed at the warehouse. So pretty much the warehouse that she stayed at, I heard numbers that people, like 4 to 5 people, getting affected by COVID a day at the warehouse. And then Amazon faced considerable backlash for allowing the virus to run rampant through their workforce, with more than 20,000 employees contracting COVID-19. I mean, that number is crazy.
That is like some states. That's like whole states.
So Poshan Brown tested other Amazon workers for 9 hours a day without adequate PPE and only one COVID test for herself. One day she complained of a headache. She died the next morning.
What the fuck?
And then the most Amazon offer was like a coupon for like some online go in the booth and scream shit. They offered a Zen booth to them. Like, that weird? That's not disturbing. And the stories.
Weird is not an appropriate.
The story happened in March. The story happened in March, and that's the thing about these stories. These stories happen, and then like people just move on. Like, okay, like then this disturbing thing that's happened to this woman and her family. So I really want to quote what. So this is like systematic. This is what's happening here. So even when my sister passed, I contacted them and told them that I don't have enough money for an autopsy or a funeral. I asked if there was a way that I could take out a loan or if they could do something. They said they would get back to me, and they never got back. Christina, knowing that knowing that the autopsies are only done for free in the event of a suicide or homicide. And I want to just quote her words. I would like Jeff Bezos to know that my sister worked for his company literally into the day that she died. And she loved working at Amazon in the beginning. She went on. It wasn't until the COVID testing when everything happened and when employees were getting treated badly, where she was writing anonymous notes, anonymous emails, anonymous text messages, that she was scared.
And
so this is another layer of the story.
She was anonymous.
So this is
posthumously.
So this is another layer of the story, that the fact that she was trying to warn them about what's happening. This is another layer of the story that's really disturbing in the sense that not like it's just she wasn't just not complaining. She was complaining. She was trying to say, this is fucked up. What's happening here? Why are you doing this? She was sending anonymous letters, and then she ends up dying. And this is a layer of the story
it's crazy how we use the word. It's crazy how we use the word. We use the word warning.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. I know it's the proper word.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like it is the proper word when your audience doesn't care one way or another. Like, how can you warn somebody that something's about to happen if they don't care? Then it just kind of feels like I don't. Do you get what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
Like, it's that weird in between. Like, what are you trying to warn us for? We don't care. It's almost like
they know. I know, nigga. I know it's happening. Okay,
It's not even that. It's kind of like, we don't care to know. It's almost like you're reporting on, well, a water bug died in the corner. So, that's how they treat their employees.
Yeah, that's disturbing. So, I want to give another layer of the story, because just when we talk about the economics of things, people just think about this one person with a job. When one person dies, that affects everyone around them. So I want to keep going with the story. That Christina said that
nuclear family, also their community.
Yeah,
their neighbors are affected.
So it says here, Christina said that she has now left to care for Poshan's young daughter Gabby and their elderly mother, who has been bedridden since 2017. The only time her mother has left the house since the pandemic started was to go to her daughter's funeral. And then the best they can do is a 2-month counseling coupon that already expired. So it goes in further. We don't get anything. There's no phone calls, no sorry for loss. It's like, we're going to need a lifetime of counseling.
Yeah,
her daughter's going to need a lifetime of counseling. They
don't give a fuck about a girl being without her mother. They are without a COVID tester. That's what they care about.
So even more details of what happened. The day before she died, she got off of work around 6:38 p.m. because Amazon is that dystopic. They have it down to the millisecond when you walk out. She called me and she got into the car, and she said that she was on her feet all day doing testing, and she would give me a call when she got home. My sister went home, ate dinner, and went to sleep, Christina said. She woke up the next morning, got her daughter ready for bed, took a nap, and never woke back up. Christina said her son sent her son to go check on Poshan, and after she didn't answer her phone, the young man found her unresponsive. Christina leveled harsh criticism of Amazon for not hiring an outside door. So this goes back until Amazon literally, this is dystopic. Instead of hiring actual professionals, medical professionals, there were medical professional teams out there who went out there and did COVID testing. They reassigned drivers, they reassigned sorters, they reassigned. Imagine how dystopic that is. You work at a job. I'm a programmer. No, now you're gonna do COVID testing now. That's what Amazon did. So
It's just nasty, man.
So I want people to really follow the story here. Any accountability is going to happen right now as a 12-year-old that has no mother right now.
And the crazy thing is, Jeff Bezos knows that he looks like Lex Luthor. He knows this.
I mean, this,
and he doesn't care at all. He cares about.
So this is a disaster right here. It really, there's a daughter while the son is there's a GoFundMe. People want to check it out. So this shows you why is there a GoFundMe when she worked for one of the world's richest men.
There only needs to be one donation
from him.
Yeah,
that's it. I mean, you could donate.
How can you? The thing is, how can you get a donation from somebody who doesn't care about any of the people that work to build his wealth? Do you think Jeff Bezos is some mastermind that single-handedly created $186 billion fortune?
Yeah,
no.
I think so.
He built that on the backs of other people, and when those backs gave out, he just chucked them to the side and installed a new one. He looks at human beings as Duracell.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that. It's almost like that scene from The Matrix when like Neo wakes up and he pulls that shit, like the shit comes out of his back and stuff like that, and the ooze, and he looks around and he sees he's like part of the whole generator for the robots. This what Lily, what Jeff Bezos sees his workers as, generating his profits. You know, and
that's exactly. That's such a great. That's
so
wow.
So hopefully people follow that story. Let's say all their names. Poshan Brown. And Christina Brown, who's the trauma of a sister having to advocate for another sibling is also crazy. I can't imagine that either. But that's Dash and Bash. Just shows you the real Dash and Bash that's happening. Literally, that's looting in a level. No one talks about that looting. No one talks about the looting that's happening in that like that. You know, so that's Black Power Magic Hour on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, and the Dr. Regina. He's live on Twitch, Discord, YouTube. We're all on YouTube's. So that's the Bash and the Dash.